Hi, pop up here. Erica from In the Company of Cards. Welcome if you're new. Welcome back if you've been here before. I just wanted to come on. I wasn't planning to, as you can tell, I didn't do anything. My hair's out, but I don't think it looks that bad. I know you'll let me know. Um, I think if I look right at the camera, you can't see the whatever I did. Anyway, it's growing in, so I'm happy. But there were three issues that I thought I would look at tonight, just because, they've popped up. And so the first one is to do with Robert Mueller. Um, as you recall, the DOJ tried to indict him and were unsuccessful. Well, now they've tried again. Now, why are they indicting him or what, seeking these charges? Because of a post that he did, if you recall. It was on a beach and it was seashells. He didn't create the image, but he saw the image and took a picture of it and posted it or wherever he saw it. I don't know if he was on the beach when he saw it or if it was in his social media that popped up. But anyway, he reposted it or posted it. And it was seashells on the beach spelling out the numbers 8647. And so, why the Trump administration finds this problematic is they say that it's hate speech, that it's inciting somebody to do something bad to the felon. I'm going to look at this. What I'm going to look at is what the result of this new prosecution slash persecution of Mueller will, what fruit it will bear. I want to look at that. But I also thought it would be interesting to show you the cards. Now, you've heard the term 86. It comes from the restaurant industry. So if you were gonna, I'll get the actual thing. Um, Sorry, should have. Okay, I want to get the actual. Okay, so it is from the restaurant industry, so it would mean like to kick somebody out or to take a dish off the menu or something like that. To 86 it. Think of deep six. Okay. Um, so 8647 supposedly is numerological language for get rid of the 47th president, who happens to be the felon. But I just want to show you the cards. 8647 in Lenormand. Look what they are. The coffin, the clouds, the house, and the snake. The house certainly can be the White House. It can be the inhabitant of the White House. It can be the physical self of the inhabitant of the White House. So these are very, as they say, inauspicious cards, very bad cards. Just the numbers 8647. So I thought that was just really interesting. I'm going to shuffle those cards back into the deck. You can watch while I do that. This is how I do it. Just one, two, three, four. Okay. And I'm just going to shuffle a little bit like this. And what I want to know is what will happen with this new uh, this new lawsuit against Mueller, or this attempt to bring an indictment against Mueller. So I'll use the letter that will stand for any possible indictment. And let's see what happens. Again, they've tried it before, they're trying it again. Um, Paranoia is the watchword apparently over there. So we're going to look for the letter, which would be for an indictment of Mueller. And what would be the outcome? The felon says it's hate speech. The rest of us would argue that it's free speech. And 86 could easily mean vote out or impeach or, you know, 25th Amendment. But anyway, this stands for a possible indictment against Mueller. If you haven't read my Substack forum from today, I encourage you to go over there and look at that. One of the things that I mention is Carolyn Levitt's pronouncement that anybody who calls the felon a fascist um, is in league with anyone who means him physical harm. I don't know where she's getting that from. I don't know whether she's read the First Amendment, but anyway, that's what she said. So we have the heart, we have the fox, we have any possible indictment, we have the scythe, and we have the clouds. Uh, again, the felon has acolytes, he has toadies, he has flunkies, has people who are loyal to him, who think that they are too clever by half by claiming that this is hate speech. Um, the thing is, though, we've got the letter in the middle, and that stands for any possible indictment. They're too clever by half, but I see them being just cut down. In other words, what are you doing? This is stupid. This is not going to hold. It's First Amendment. Seashells on a beach. And then we have clouds. So I don't know whether they will actually, they're seeking an indictment. Whether they will get the indictment, I think they will not get the indictment. So here is the possible indictment. We have the ring, the cross, and the birds. So this is the possible indictment. Here they go again, one more time, trying to indict Mueller. It didn't work before, but one more time. And it's meant to cause him pain, aggravation, financial loss, all of the rest. And birds is interesting because I think that, again, we've got a lot of uh, scared rats on the ship, and they are throwing, to mix my metaphors, throwing everything that they can, throwing the spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks. So he will have talked to people who say, yeah, get him, do it. Uh, we have the scythe as the fourth card. The clarifiers are the scales, the star, and the moon. I think these cards are very good for Mueller. I think the decision will be in favor of justice, which is to say, in favor of the First Amendment. And this is a card for hope and good results. And here we have the moon, and the moon is the card for reputation. And Mueller's reputation speaks for itself. Obviously, they're trying to sully his reputation. This is an attempt to sully his reputation, but I think they're going to be laughed out of court. We've got the clouds here, and then the clarifiers are the lily, the woman, and fish. So the felon is not, his mental faculties are failing. A failing, mentally failing old man. And oh, Epstein, 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 anything to distract from Epstein. So, um, you know, I can mirror this last card, fish, with the very first card, which is the heart. If they can cause Mueller to have to pay for legal defense, they're happy because that's money out of his pocket. But I am also sure that Mueller has friends in high places who would be happy to defend him pro bono. This is such a stupid, you know, attempt at infringement on his First Amendment rights. Seashells on the sand spelling out 8647. Nevertheless, let me remind you, the cards in Lenormand spelled out the fact that no wonder the felon is paranoid. His end is coming. I think his own body will betray him uh, if somebody else doesn't. And I think Mueller doesn't need to worry, and we don't need to worry for Mueller. The second thing I wanted to look at is the fact that the UEA, which is the United Arab Emirates, one of the Arab countries that has a lot of oil, has decided to leave OPEC. And this is a huge blow to the other Arab countries in the area. It is also a huge get for the felon. The UAE is having trouble getting their ships through the Strait of Hormuz, and so if they separate from OPEC, they're free to sell their oil wherever and don't necessarily have to use the strait in order to get their oil dispersed. So it's a win for the felon. It is a blow to Saudi Arabia. It's a blow to Qatar. Um, it's a yeah. So let's look at this decision on the part of the UAE to leave OPEC. I think what I'm going to do is use the ship, because, ships are what we're talking about, right? The oil tankers. But the ship will represent this departure of the UAE from OPEC. And I just want to see what the consequences of that would be. And remember, we're looking for the ship. Oh, my card's upside down. No, they're not upside down. They were upside down. But anyway, the second card is the ship, and that means that the second card will be the ship, which is to say it will not be in the center, which is to say whatever is in the center will be very important. So in the order that they come up, we have the book, we have the ship, stands for the UAE leaving Qatar, and then okay, so um we have the book, we have the ship, we have the mice, we have the scales, and we have the stork. Really interesting because I think the answer is kind of a mixed bag answer. First of all, this was unexpected. Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm sure some people expected it, but I mean, I think it's taken probably the world by surprise. Like, wait, what? Whoa. OPEC countries are feuding amongst themselves. Who knew? But apparently they are. Um, but the UAE did this. I can mirror it with the last card in order to improve their situation. They have oil to sell and it can't get to where it needs to go. So they think that if they leave the UAE, Iran will be, I don't know, more positively, well, no, less positively disposed towards them. This is a coup for the felon. So maybe UAE is casting their lot with the felon, thinking that that's where their bread is buttered. It's a foolish decision, but okay. Um, Second card is this departure, and I can mirror it with the scales card. They did this cost benefit analysis in the interests of their own country and nothing else. You know, they're not thinking about their allies or anything. Um, but the thing is, in the center is the mice. I think in the end, this will hurt that country. This will harm the UAE, the United Arab Emirates. I think this will be a decision that they will live to regret. Um, Maybe I'll pull clarifier or two on that. Yeah, I think I suspect that the felon knew about this decision. We didn't, but the felon did. And I suspect that he tried to sweeten the pot with a carrot and stick um, ploy um, with the UAE. In other words, if you separate from OPEC, we'll do this, that, and the other for you. But if you don't, we'll get the stick out and we will penalize you in some way. So it feels like, they capitulated to whatever he said. And I mean, it might not have been what he said, but you know, I don't know, Kushner said. The star is the card for the future. And the thing is, in the future, this will have proved to be a bad move because they've cut themselves off from this organization, OPEC, which was kind of it's a collaboration. It's like Great Britain leaving Brexit. Dumb move. It will harm them in the end. So they took a short-term offer. They thought they were doing a good cost-benefit analysis, but I think it won't be good for them in the end to have done this. Um, we'll see. The third and final thing I thought um, I would look at, there's another thing. I think I'll wait and talk. There's a fourth thing, but I think I will wait and look at that tomorrow with Lena, or at least discuss it with Lena, and maybe pull cards on it, maybe tomorrow night. If not, then Thursday. But the third thing I wanted to look at is the fact that, this whole Jimmy Kimmel thing, where Jimmy Kimmel made a joke. It's kind of an old joke, casting Melania as um, the Merry Widow in waiting, hoping for, you know what. Um, and she didn't like it. The felon didn't like it. They both want Jimmy Kimmel fired. And the felon further has said that he wants to, and I guess there he's with ABC. Um, ABC and Disney are together, right? And so the felon wants to take Disney's ability to broadcast away from them. He needs to leave Disney alone, just like he needs to leave Harvard alone. I'm just saying. But anyway, mm, uh, we will, I think what I'll do is I'll use stars, and that will stand for, because one of the things stars stands for is like technology and broadcasting. So the stars this time will stand for Disney's right to broadcast. What will happen with Disney's right to broadcast? We know that the felon wants to take it away from them to punish them for not firing Kimmel. Let's see. I mean, in case you haven't noticed, little by little, and not even little by little, our um, our freedoms are being uh, taken. So, you could try to turn on this channel one day and be like, where is she? Because he will have ripped us off the airwaves. So that could happen. If it does, look for me on Substack. If I'm not there, go to my website. I will do what I can for as long as I can. Um, well, why else am I here? Right? I hope I'm providing a service. I hope you're finding comfort and support and education all wrapped in one. By the way, speaking of, before I get to Disney, May 1st is on again. Well, maybe it was always on and we just didn't hear about it. But apparently it's going to be huge. And your only job is to not go to work, not go to school, and not buy anything. Period. Full stop. It's a 1 day economic boycott. When you ask the question, what can I do? That's what you can do. Nothing. Stay home and read a book. Read my book. Learn Lenormand. Don't buy my book on the first. Get it before then. And if you can't get it before then, well, read something else. But that's all you have to do. Stay home from work. Let your kids stay home from school. Don't buy anything. Purchase what you have to purchase in advance. No DoorDash, none of that. We are in solidarity with each other and with all of the workers of the world. Uh, May 1st is, International Workers' Day. So it's not just the US. It's been around for years and years and years. The US just kind of says, that's cute, but then doesn't participate in any kind of a big way. This is our turn to participate in a big way. This is your chance to decide and show yourself and the world which side you're on. The side of freedom and democracy or the side of the felon. I mean, I'm not telling you which to choose, but if you're here, it's not door number two, that's for sure. All right, so let's get back to Disney. And I'm going to use, what did I say I was going to use? The the stars. And the star will stand for Disney's broadcasting ability, broadcasting license, which the felon wants to snatch because he's mad that Jimmy Kimmel made a joke. Okay. All right. So we're looking, I always go, oh, whenever it's not in the middle somewhere, which is where I expected it to be. Statistically, it is in the middle, right? But sometimes it's the first card, or sometimes it's the last card, or I never know. This time, the card that I was looking for is the first card. That means in my line of five, it's going to be what? Oh, the first card, which means it's not going to be in the center. So what is in the center will be very important. All right, so that's the first card, and I put them down in order. Okay. So we have the star, the woman, bouquet, bear, and ring. I think that they keep their license. This is their license to broadcast, their ability to broadcast. They keep it. It doesn't go anywhere. So the unbroken circle just keeps going. Um, I think that the Epstein, I can mirror it with the bear. So this is the Epstein trumps everything, everything. And with the bouquet in the middle, I just think that this is our right to First Amendment speech and Disney's right to broadcast. Come on, you gotta come for Disney? Let's look and see. I just want to check on that bouquet. And then I also want to check on the ring. Okay, so Here's the bouquet. Clarifiers are the birds, the ship, and the tower. Everybody flocks to Disney's defense. They sail into smooth waters. Here they are, impenetrable. It's Disney. And then I said that it continues. They don't, their broadcasting is not interrupted or whatever. All the money in the world that the felon can throw at this will make the felon look bad, and it is obvious what he's trying to do. That's the sun. And I can mirror the sun, which remember they say is the best card in the deck. I can mirror it with the license, the ability to broadcast. Disney's not going anywhere. You can take that to the bank. All right, well, that was my little Tuesday night pop-up. Tomorrow night, please join Lena and me at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. I I already put the thing up, so if you get notifications, you should receive a notification about that. That will be alive, and I think it's our 16th episode. So please join us. We don't use cards there, but there is an issue that I may pull my cards out for tomorrow night. We'll see. I'm not sure. But we talk about what's gone on during the course of the week. And really hope that you'll join us. If you're new, I know I have a lot of new subscribers. If you're new, I hope you enjoy that format. Lena is Lena Down Under. That is her YouTube handle, and she is an Australian, and she's a sociologist. And we have been doing this for now, quite some time, uh, longer than longer than 16 weeks, because we used to do it once a month, and then we said with times being as fraught as they are, why don't we kick it up and do this weekly? So we've been doing it weekly, and people seem to really enjoy it. And it's just us talking, and it's live, so we see the conversations that are going on in the live chat, and sometimes the questions that we get in the live chat help us help direct where we go in our conversation. But anyway, you're welcome to that. Again, if you're not on my Substack, it's called In the Company of Cards. Um, and it's where I write once a week. And I use tarot, Lenormand, and an African system called the Adinkra. And I do the same kind of things that I do here in writing. I let tarot tell me what the topic is going to be, and then I let Lenormand tell me what I'm going to say about it, and then Adinkra kind of sums it up in a neat package. So I hope you will go there. Substack is free to subscribe. All my work is free. I love it if people um, give me a paid subscription, but it's not necessary. All my work over there is free. So hopefully I'll see you over there, or I'll see you tomorrow night with Lena. And then I'll be back again as usual on Thursday. All right, everybody, take care, and I will see you soon.